on our trip to
Is this because people can hear?
Colorado. Next week. Oh my God.
Yeah, I took Monday off.
We're live.
I'm going to have 10 days off in a row.
We're back. We're back. We're
Baby's
back.
Welcome to The Bars Open with Beth and Greg. Cheers and enjoy the show.
Good evening,
Hello.
everyone. It's a Wednesday and
Good
we're back.
evening.
It's been a week, a full week.
It has. And busy between
Busy week. How you doing, honey?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You
how are
doing
you?
well?
Yeah.
Doing good?
Yeah.
We did the tour to Texas.
Tour to San Antonio.
Tour to San Antonio this week.
This weekend.
With
Started on Thursday.
my cousins, my second cousins.
Yeah, you can just call them your cousins.
My cousins. It was good though. We had a good time.
Good time.
We got to tour around all sorts of good places and do. San Antonio was kind of crazy.
Kind of cool. Got a lot of history.
Tons of history.
Yeah.
Way more history than I had.
Well, there's something on my glasses.
Those are brand new. There
And-
shouldn't be any.
No, they're
Hey
just
guys,
a smudge.
pay attention. Look at Beth's new glasses.
They're just a smudge. They're smudged.
Can you just like clean them? No, that's not a thing.
Well, I don't know if the sweater that has so many holes will do anything.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know how do glasses work. I think you can clean them up that way. But yeah, we did a bunch of stuff in San Antonio. We were
Well, you took him to the Alamo.
Yep.
After they landed.
gotta get the proper Alamo
And they had
photo.
some Tex-Mex Mexican food.
Yep.
And
Right there
then
on the river walk.
on the Riverwalk.
But
And then
those girls were crazy. And
Soph's pickier eater than I am.
yeah, it was fun though.
It was fun. Then we went to
Real
Fiesta,
quick,
Texas.
before we do that, trying to order her some tacos. The waitress, she's like, I just want the tortilla and some ground beef. She's like, no.
She didn't even take fajita meat. I would have at least gotten fajita
She
meat.
was like, no lettuce, tomato, cheese, nothing. She's like, nope. And then she ate one of them. She ordered two.
At least she ate
It was
one.
cute. I mean, it was awesome. I was like, whatever. And then her sister had lettuce, I think lettuce and cheese on hers.
Yeah.
So she was a little more experimental.
Yeah. That's funny.
But that was the telltale sign of things to come.
yes. I'm
So
pretty sure she survived off chicken strips and pizza the rest of the weekend.
chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers, chicken nuggets.
I was like, I
They had
felt
a lot of chicken strips, nuggets.
yesterday.
kernels.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I think I kind of feel bad. Did we not do good feeding them well?
No, they just don't like anything. So no matter where we went, we went to
What's up, Amanda?
Stoneworks, and it's a nice restaurant, and they got children's chicken strips and a
children's
children's cheese pizza. They don't
Yeah,
even get anything on their pizzas. Hey, to each their own. But
But I was like, did I not feed them enough?
no, they're fine.
Are they starving to death? Those
No.
kids are gonna send them back to their parents,
It was funny.
malnourished.
Julia.
What's up, Julia?
Hey, lady.
Yeah, so we did that. So we were just saying we had my cousins in town, and they were 14 and
15
16,
and
or 15 and
16,
16 years
yeah.
old. So they came and stayed with us for the weekend. And we did that, and then we went to the zoo.
Fiesta, Texas.
when
Oh,
we
yeah,
went to
that's
the
right. I
zoo.
forget you
Yeah,
went to the zoo because
absolutely.
nobody's saying goes to the zoo right now.
Yeah, but we saw all the animals.
I know, which is crazy.
And then Sydney proceeded to get heat stroke.
Mhm.
So that was not fun, but we got
Yeah,
it
you
under
caught
control.
it in time.
Yeah, I got it.
You just went in air conditioning, got some ice cream,
Yep.
and chilled out for a little while.
chilled out. Then that was Thursday, and then
Yeah.
Friday.
Well, it's funny because
What did we
Thursday
do on
night we
Friday?
go to dinner, we go to Stoneworks, and we order what we want, not even thinking about it. You get some fancy drink and a big old steak.
Like our normal meals.
I got a Kobe burger, and then they're like, "Oh no, we're paying for it." I was like, "No, you're not. We
No,
ordered
she
expensive."
threw down that credit card like
She's like,
your
"My mom
dad
said I had
used
to pay it." I was like, "Okay, we would have ordered less stuff if we known you were paying for it."
But it was nice. It was cute.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah.
So then Friday in San Antonio, there's a shit ton of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff. So we went and Friday, we went over to Six Flags, who
Yes, the Texas
also
Six
has
Flags.
a water park.
Yes.
By the way, if you're ever in San Antonio,
Water
it
park
is
was cool.
a cool water
Yeah.
park. Granted, we didn't get a lot of rides
Well, because we
in.
went kind of late, but it's
Yeah.
hard because we got there about 4, so we had about 3 hours at the park.
Yeah.
But it was still wicked hot.
It
And
was
so
hot.
it makes
But it was
like,
cool. Yeah. So we did that, and then we
did
did
the
a
lazy
few
river.
hours.
The adults did the lady adults did the lazy river a bunch of times.
Yeah, it was fun. It's good.
So, yeah.
Us more adventurous did a bunch
And then
of
we
rides.
did Six Flags, like the actual park
Rode a bunch of rides.
afterwards and
It's
stayed the
cool.
night.
They
until it
actually
closed.
had one of those what do you call them? Like series of drones.
Oh
that
yeah, they
went
had
up into the air, and they made
Yeah.
all sorts of crazy
they had
shit.
drone art.
Yeah, drone.
I don't
guess
know.
that's
That's
the
what I
best way
just
to
made
put
it up.
Yeah,
But it
but it was
sounds good enough.
cool. And then Saturday we went up the Black Rifle.
Well, the girls went and got we all went and got
Then
pedicures.
we went and got pedicures, and then we
Um,
went on a ghost adventure.
Oh, and you took him to Black Rifle
yeah,
so
I
they could
said.
get stuff for their dad.
Yeah. So the original Black Rifle Coffee Company coffee shop up in Bernie.
Shop.
Yep. We went and did that. That was awesome. Of course, it's a cool shop up
Right.
there. And Bernie's awesome. But we also went, so we came back, chilled for a while, and went back downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Those girls saw more of downtown than I think I've seen in 5 years in 3 days.
Yes. Well, the ghost tour showed a lot. So the ghost tour was really cool because it goes all different areas of the downtown. It was a 2.5 hour ghost tour.
Yeah.
Van place to place. So much history.
It was cool.
fun.
Like
It
we
was
were
fun.
in cemeteries. We went to all these hotels, got to walk around. One of the hotels here, the Holiday Inn Express.
Right. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the one that was $2,000 a night.
Well,
we're
there's
never
that
gonna
one.
stay at.
But the Holiday Inn Express is a historical building
It's the original Bear County
prison,
prison.
right? So, and it's right downtown. And it still has bars on the windows.
Well,
and they're not allowed to take
they
the
used
bars
to
off.
have executions there.
Oh, yeah. That was a cool
And
story.
like hanging executions, and people would come and see, and they've got a pretty
So-
gruesome story that goes
Yeah, I'll
with it.
tell you the story because it's fucking great. All
But
right.
you're right. They still have the bars on the windows because they can't change anything about the structure of the building.
So the original or the last hanging execution there, the reason is the prisoners had the option to have their hood like a hood on or not.
Right.
And this last one said, I don't want it. And when they dropped them from the second floor or the third floor,
Second
floor down to the first floor where you would hang, his head fucking popped off.
About popped off.
No, it said
Did it pop off or
it
did it
popped
just
off.
explode?
it like shot his head off. Like, cause the weight, cause the store that it's like 10 feet per floor there, or
Yeah.
12 feet per
So
floor.
it dropped like 15 feet.
Yeah. And it literally ripped his head off.
And they said the front row was like a Gallagher concert
And,
where
yeah.
they just got
So
covered.
come on. Like that, there is nothing better than that. So going there is definitely a bucket list idea
Yeah.
for Beth and I, just to stay downtown. We've stayed downtown once or twice, something like that. I think it should be.
We've not stayed downtown.
We stayed downtown for our anniversary.
Oh, yeah, but that was
that different
part of
downtown?
town. Yeah, that's like
Okay.
the Riverwalk and the fancy hotels downtown.
All right.
This was like the true historical.
And then
part.
there's a fucking place that's $2,000 a night downtown that
all
I
the
didn't
cars
know.
were so beautiful that it was nothing but Porsches and Ferraris and
I don't
expensive
know.
Teslas.
Alex, what's going on?
And that's the place that had the cool bar.
The 414.
No,
Oh.
the haunted.
Oh, it literally was called the
The
Haunted.
haunted, and it's the one that has all their drinks are named after ghosts or serial killers, which is kind of cool.
Which we just need to go have some drinks.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
can't afford to do anything else.
The Gunther's the one you're thinking of, but don't give too much because I think I'm going to try to do that story for Castro Files.
All right. That's it for that. But it was awesome. It was great. It's always great to have family in town. You guys know, like
It was
when you
fun.
have family come in and you get to play tourist for a weekend, right?
And it was
you
like the
go,
perfect amount of time for all
yeah.
of us.
And those
you know.
girls being 15, 16 were the most polite
Yeah.
kids I've ever met in my entire life.
Cheers,
And
Alex.
it was awesome. So
Yeah.
100%.
So it was a good time. It was fun. They're welcome back
Yeah.
anytime.
100%. You guys want to jump into some stories?
Yes, please.
You ready, honey?
Yeah.
All right. So this first one, medical expert has grim warning for people who sit on their phones while on the toilet. We're all guilty of this shit. You ever sat on the toilet for too long and your legs go numb?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least
If my
like
book's really
you
good.
get stiff?
Which is weird because
Like your
it's a really good part of my book and I don't want to put it down. So I just
your
keep reading.
circulation's
Yeah.
just like
You're like, oh,
done.
tingly
Right.
legs.
Like to scroll through your feed while you sit on the loo. Of course, this is Lad Bible.
Right.
You are not alone. Stats from YouGov show 57% of people admit to using their phone on the toilet, which is
I think it's probably way more than that. People just
that's
don't
just
want
who
to
doesn't
say.
admit it,
Yeah.
right? But one doctor has issued a warning about using your phone on the throne. Even more people, 9 out of 10 of us, admit to taking our smartphone to the loo, even if we won't cop to checking WhatsApp while we do our business. I don't have WhatsApp, but funny thing is, the kids,
Yeah.
that's all they used
Yeah.
all weekend, and they were
WhatsApp
on that
and,
bitch all the time.
Yeah. And the yellow app. What's it? The
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
WhatsApp. Maybe it was Snapchat that they were on the whole
Oh, it
time.
was both.
Yeah.
But they were on, Snapchat
Firstly,
and then Instagram too. I
yeah.
think.
Firstly, sitting on the toilet engrossed in endless streams of TikToks inevitably takes longer than pooing and getting off the pot, which puts extra pressure on Uranus. That can cause hemorrhoids. Colorectal surgeon Dr. Karen
There you go.
told Healthline hemorrhoids are a collection of veins inside and outside of the anus.
Okay.
Everyone has hemorrhoids. We are born with them. It's terrible to think about. I don't want to think about that. He continued. Oh, wait a minute.
She continued.
No, it says he.
Oh, his name is Karen?
I'm not going to judge.
Okay.
He, she,
I wanted to
shin,
name a kid
they,
Stacy if I ever had a
them,
little boy. So
whatever. The act of sitting and straining as you scroll can cause hemorrhoids to engorge with blood
what if you're not straining and you're just sitting there?
because you're just bored.
Or you're just a really good part of your book. You don't want to put it down yet. You
Causing
want to get
symptoms
through
such
the
as pain,
scene.
swelling, or bleeding. While there is no empirical evidence of this as yet, a clinical trial is ongoing and doctors are pretty convinced. Secondarily, bacteria.
Ew.
If you take your phone to the loo with you, you are
It's gonna have
contaminating it
poop
with
on it now.
bacteria from the bathroom. I think everybody's pretty well known, versed in that,
Poop.
right?
Poop.
Right? Like it's just in the air. But the same reason is like, don't have your toothbrush right next to your.
I just don't understand how it's in
Toilet.
the air if it's all falling into water.
Well, no, because your toilet
Excuse me.
aerosolizes everything, right?
you
It
flush it?
flushes. It just, right?
So
And
basically, I want to flush and run is what I'm hearing.
flush and close the door, perhaps.
Close the lid. And I don't like closing the lid though, because then I sit down and I'm like, shit, I got to stand back up because the lid's down.
Because you weren't paying attention. You ever shit on a toilet seat?
I've never pooped or peed on a toilet seat.
Even drunk?
I don't
I mean,
ever. I don't think I've
college
ever-
was a long time ago.
I don't think I've ever
understand.
gotten
I'm
that
just
drunk.
saying. All right. So if you're take your phone, we already said that. Transferring the germs. It also can transfer the germs to your hands. A pretty shocking yet unsurprising 2017 study revealed that high school students' cell phones can harbor E. coli and other microbes that can make you seriously sick. According to the NHS, the bacteria can cause diarrhea, stomach cramps, and occasionally fever at best. With about half of the people having, I don't want to say this one,
Say it.
bloody diarrhea. And it was responsible for
Kids are dirty
55
creatures. Jeep and Justin said they
5,500
are. seriously.
NHS patient deaths in 2015, 2016.
What's
Yeesh.
NHS?
National
Hospital.
Health
Oh,
something or other.
people died from E. coli.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
from
remember, Steph
watching
got
their
it, and
phones.
she got it so bad it went in her
She was probably like
bloodstream.
wiping her butt and then was like, like, oh, I got
No, I
sleep
don't
in
think
my
so.
eye. No?
But she got it and it went into her bloodstream and It was really bad.
All right, so this is it. To put it into context, with 1 in 20 of us only cleaning our smartphones every 6 months or less, was the last time you cleaned your smartphone?
Last time I could find the light that I bought to clean my smartphone. I have no idea where it's even at.
I don't think I cannot remember the last time
I think one time I was worried because
I normally will do just this.
Yeah, I think I sprayed down a paper towel with
Kids are
Fantastic
dirty.
or whatever,
Yeah, 100%.
and kind of wiped the front and the back with it. But
Mm-hmm.
I bought something specifically for that. Well, I didn't buy. I got it in my Fifth Fun.
Smartphones are quite literally dirtier than the toilet seat or flusher, and you probably don't hold
Gross.
those in your face on a regular basis, which is true, right?
True.
Yeesh. Dr. Marcos Del Rosario, a urologist at Clinic, can't say this one, can't say it, Mexico, told Healthline that hand washing is key. Grown adults still don't know how to wash their hands.
Dude,
I
you're not
see
kidding.
it all the time. Didn't we fucking learn this over COVID? Like,
I
wash
will
them.
watch people put soap on their hands and literally go, and I'm like, that's not washing your hands. Just putting soap on them is not washing your hands.
Gotta
20
get it all
seconds, people.
around.
20 seconds.
Gotta get it out. Do you count?
My watch does.
Does cold water help?
Doesn't matter hot or cold.
It doesn't. I
No.
remember we talked about that a long time
I
ago.
used to think hot water, but it doesn't matter. It's the soap and the rubbing.
All right. So,
Rubbing.
if a bowel movement is not produced
I hate when
after
people say
a
bowel movement.
couple minutes on the John, don't force it, they say. Instead, get up and go do something else.
Drink some fiber.
When you have the urge to use the toilet again, you may return to the toilet. Just leave your phone 7 to 1,000 feet away from your toilet. I don't know if that's true, but nonetheless.
So we both were guilty of taking our phones in there.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah, I
not
do it all the
sitting
time.
there trying to poop. I've pooped, and I'm just through a good part of my book. I don't know what you're doing, but that's what I'm doing.
I'm doing the
not
same
in there
thing. Yeah,
straining.
yeah.
I'm done with my business, but I'm like, this is a really good section of this book. It's gonna have.
I
to
got a whole process, like how I set my phone because I don't want it on the floor. Set it up on top and do these things, and I've got it's yeah.
I do too.
Unless you
I
go
tuck mine under my chin, take off my glasses because I can't. see
tucking
the
under
book.
your chin is dangerous.
No, not for me because I don't. My chin's not over. Well, I guess you're not looking at it when you're
It's
peeing.
right in
but
between your legs.
It's fine.
So I set that bitch over there.
It's fine.
That's dangerous.
It's fine.
What happens if it falls in the toilet?
You got to rinse it off quickly, and it's waterproof. So.
In the poopy toilet water?
I haven't sat down to go poop yet, so it's just toilet water at this point.
Wait, no, I'm saying you're getting up, like you're
No.
finishing.
This is when I'm finishing.
Legs
I put
are
it.
already
I do
numb.
what you do. I put it over to the side.
Yeah.
So
Legs are already
I don't want it to fall
asleep.
in. Barely stand up.
You ever had your legs fall asleep? You ever been there long enough for your legs fall asleep?
Started to fall asleep.
You're like, all right, I gotta move.
I gotta move.
I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack at this point.
I'm gonna get varicose veins cutting off that circulation.
Right? It could happen.
That's funny.
Fuck.
What people poo with the phone? Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Like
Yeah, 100%.
people are taking their phones in to poop, which is causing them to stay in the
He
bathroom.
said people
longer.
poo without their phones?
Oh,
No. Exactly. Yeah, people.
I think I used to until COVID.
No, until you started reading books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
You were just in and out of there. It was very efficient.
Sometimes I still am, but if I ain't got nothing to do, take your time. Enjoy a good portion of your book.
Well, think about it. Like rich people have like TVs in their bathrooms.
And
Like,
phones, like,
I mean, you're gonna have
landlines
if
when
you're
they
gonna
used
have
to be
if you're
important.
gonna have a clicker in there
Or-
and be like, watch Sports Center or whatever.
I don't think I'd ever watch TV. Maybe if I was taking a bath, I'd want a TV. But I knew somebody, wasn't it Jody, who had a TV in her
'Cause you
bathroom
can't
for when
flick
she took
through,
bath?
because
She would just put on a show and then she
Yeah.
would take her bath.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's too much for me.
I don't know.
Note to self, don't take your
Pooping.
phone.
All right, so I'm going back to the office now.
Okay, are you
I'm
taking
real
your phone
fat.
with
No,
you?
well, it's in my pocket, but it's in
Are
my
you
pocket.
pooping at the office
Yeah. 'cause
every day?
I'm a guy. Yeah.
Every damn day?
Goddamn right I am. I'm a dude.
You don't poop
Oh my
before
God,
you,
check this
you
out. You
don't
want to hear
poop
something
before
I
you
forgot
leave
to I totally forgot to fucking tell you this.
You don't poop before you leave here?
Yeah. I'm not ready. I haven't had any coffee. Holy
thing.
shit. So,
Not a real thing.
over where I am at now,
Yes.
it's not in the hallway facing like that goes down the long, it's not, doesn't, we call it the spine.
Okay.
right? And then like the ladies are on this side and the men
Men's
are on this side.
Right. Did you walk into the ladies' restroom?
Stop. Hang on.
Totally walked into the
totally
ladies'
did.
restroom.
Fuck, right? And I knew everybody in the bathroom, which
Oh,
was
you
the
walked
first
all
thing.
the way in. You didn't even.
No, no,
like,
no.
I've almost done
hang
it.
on a second.
I've almost done it.
It's a horizontal one that comes off, and it's the closest one to my area.
So you don't have to walk in and turn.
That just goes straight down the hallway.
Okay.
And it's like right there, right?
Oh,
But
the bathroom. Not
First one, the bathroom. The first one is the women's ladies' room. The second one's the guys' room. And I was fucking getting out of a meeting, and I was like, I gotta take a piss, right? And I was like hauling ass over there, and I was on my phone, like on Slack or something. I was like fucking responding because I was like,
Right.
I'll be right back. And I literally just hooked a right. I was not.
What
looking.
made you realize?
I looked up and I saw somebody that I knew, and she was like, "Hi," and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I yelled it, right, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I turned around and I ran out. I
You're
was like,
blushing now. I can
yeah, dude, I
imagine
was
what you were
like,
looking
"Oh
like
my
when you
god!"
did that.
Right?
Have
And
you
she
seen her
works-
since?
No, I haven't
Oh.
actually. And she works for one of our partner companies.
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" Did I just? And I was like, "I don't give a fuck." I was like, I was too busy to deal with it. I just fucking ran out. And I ran down the hallway. I was like, "Holy shit!" She's like, "Hi, Greg." I was like, "Fuck!" I was like,
Whoopty.
I've only done that one other time.
I haven't ever walked in that far at the office, but I've almost walked
And
into.
it's complicated to walk into the bathrooms there because they block them off. Like you have to walk in
Around.
and around.
Right.
And I literally was like around the corner in. I
You were
was
where
like,
the sinks were.
and what really registered, I was like, where are the urinals?
You
Why
were-
are the toilets on this side
They're on-
versus on this
Oh,
side?
and the women's are on both sides.
No, this one is
Only
a
had
small
one.
bathroom.
Okay.
So there's like probably 5 or 6 stalls on this side, but I was like,
Why is this backwards?
it was backwards. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, oh shit. I fucking ran out.
Ooh, it's a good thing you didn't have to poop then,
Nope.
because that would have been for.
But I mean, it's literally like back to back.
that
the
would have made
bathrooms.
for an embarrassing.
Dude, it happens. It happens.
Justin said.
Yeah,
"Pooping on the
absolutely. You
clock."
poop on the clock.
That's funny.
Dude, the clock for us doesn't matter anymore. Like the clock is the clock. So, but that was a fun one.
That's hilarious. I'm glad the poop story led into a bathroom story
It was fun.
for you. That's
I
hilarious.
laughed my
You were
ass. I
blushing.
can't remember. I
So
forgot
funny.
to tell you.
I can't
I was
either.
like,
When
that
you
was
were
one
like,
day.
I was like, oh, you walked into the ladies'
Mhm.
room.
I've only done that. We went to a club down. I don't remember.
At least
where.
it's not
It
work.
was you and I.
Oh.
And we were at some big, and it was like there was one ladies' room way over here, and I figured there was 2 bathrooms, and then the men's was on the other side. I think it was in Tampa, maybe.
Okay.
It was you and I. And I walked into him, and the dude comes. It was like middle of the day, so
Yeah.
there was nobody there.
Right.
And he's like, dude, I was like, peeing in the toilet. And I was like, that's why there's no fucking urinals in here.
Were you drunk?
No, I was like, we just got there. And I just didn't notice.
You didn't put 2 and 2 together. No urinals.
Well, I
means
mean, this
women's
was like
bathroom?
4 years ago. So I should have just been like,
That's what I'm saying. You should have been like, no urinals. Obviously, a ladies.
no, I
restroom.
could have just been like, you know what?
No,
I feel
fuck
like a nut. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't.
So you just said fuck it and didn't worry about it.
No, I was like, I was peeing. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you want? Just stand by the door and watch the door. Sorry, dude. I'll go to the dudes next time. But it was fun. UFO testimony in front of Congress at this
Recently.
point. Yeah, this is like ongoing right now. So this is kind of I want to say it's a big deal. But it's
Dead
kind
Like
of-
Media said, watching on my phone.
Nice.
It
What's up,
winked
Dead
at
Like-
me. Good.
So, all right. So there's a podcast called the Sean Ryan podcast.
Okay.
And I've watched, I think 3 out of the 4 of his. Maybe it was all 3. I think he just did 3. And he's had a bunch of guys on lately
Mhm.
that have testified in front of Congress
Okay.
about shit that's happened, like crazy shit,
Like UFO crazy shit.
UFO crazy shit.
Okay.
And these guys are like
Are they military, obviously? Or-
military scientists, like different people,
Right.
right?
Okay. Okay.
And so the interesting part about this is it shouldn't even be it shouldn't be conspiracy theory anymore. It's just
Okay.
a fucking conspiracy, right? One of them, you can go out and watch Sean Ryan's podcast. He's got 1 million plus. I think he's got
Okay.
1 million subscribers. He's
Okay.
fucking huge at this point. He was number 2 behind Joe Rogan last week.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's big.
Wow. Okay. So
Um,
these guys, what?
So these guys they're testifying in front of Congress, right? And they've come together as like a whole group of people. So it's not just one
Power
or
in
two,
numbers.
it's power in numbers.
Right.
Exactly. Right. So UFO Congress hearing, whistleblower David Grush suggests people have been murdered as a part of conspiracy to keep alien craft a secret.
Interesting.
This is on the Daily Mail science side. So this is, I haven't gone through the whole article because it's a little long, but we'll hit some of it. A former intelligence officer today suggests people have been murdered by U.S. government as part of a conspiracy to keep UFOs a secret in bombshell hearing held by Congress.
Okay.
Like, you can go out and find there's all sorts of shit going on about this. But what I'm also going to say is this a distraction from other shit going on?
Well, Jeep and Justin said, I don't know if I trust Sean Ryan. The show sometimes seems disingenuous.
I agree with that, but it is interesting. And a couple of the guests, I was like,
Are you real?
okay. But if they're willing to go in front of Congress, but how do you charge somebody with perjury that's like, a couple of the guys, they're like, they've got photos of themselves being in like the South Pole and shit like that, right? So there are you take everything with a grain of salt.
Why did they change it from UFO to UAP?
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
I know, but what's wrong with UFO?
Unidentified flying object.
They're all the
so it's
same
just-
thing, just
But
semantics.
like the UAP could go underwater, come up. We always
so
just
does
thought,
a UFO could go underwater
we didn't-
and come
but
up.
I think it's just kind of like changing it up, whatever,
trying to be
making it a
cool.
little more sexy. David Grush, a former high-ranking intelligence officer, is one of 3 military whistleblowers who testified under oath that they had firsthand encounters with or knowledge about secret government programs involving technology that is non-human.
Also breeding program. That's
Fuck.
the thing.
He claimed that the U.S.
Supposedly.
has been in possession of UFOs since the 1930s. So this is the UFOs, going back to that, and has been secretly back engineering them. I think that's pretty common, right?
Right. Can't figure it out. If you don't know what it is, you got to
Copy
figure it
it.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like good art or science, right? At one point during the first of its kind hearing, Representative Tim Burchett of Tennessee asked Grush personally, have you heard anyone has been murdered? I don't know why it's got that little thing where it's like,
Yeah.
Said, I have to be careful answering the questions.
Because I might be the
I
next one dead.
directed people with the knowledge to the appropriate authorities. Grush was sworn in on Wednesday along with Ryan Graves, an esteemed former pilot and Navy veteran, fighter pilot Commander David Faber, who witnessed a 2004 Tic Tac UFO.
Oh, I remember that one.
Right. So
That's like the
they're
big
starting to
first
release
initial one.
shit already. Opening the hearing this morning, Rep Burchett promised their testimonies would be a landmark moment in history.
Doug Led said he watched the hearings today. They use words like
Did you?
UAP and biologicals. I mean, I don't understand why they keep changing words.
No, so
Biologicals is
biologicals.
aliens.
That's where we're going to get into.
humanoids.
So I'm trying to get to some of that. Yeah, Grush also claimed that he had been told by multiple credible intelligence officials that the U.S. government had recovered non-human aircraft that had biological pilots inside of them.
Aliens.
Meaning
Humanoids.
fucking aliens.
Aliens.
Right?
Biological.
The former U.S. intelligence agent
They call it
also
biological because
said
they don't want to
that
admit there's aliens.
he knows of multiple colleagues who were physically injured by UFOs either after encountering them or working on them as part of the special access programs. So we've talked about like Project Bluebeam, Bluebird, whatever it is,
Mhm.
on the Castro files. Like I remember I brought that one up.
Right.
My family had some.
And I've read somewhere like people who have interacted with him get like radiation burns and shit.
Remember we did another
Yeah.
story on that where he got
Yeah.
the checkerboard across his
His
chest.
Yeah.
Right. There's a bunch of
So I
shit.
could see how people could probably easily get injured with
Yeah.
unknown technology.
Yeah, you just walk up to something and you're like, I mean,
I'm not going to walk up to something, but I'm going to watch it from afar and record it.
but if it's that foreign, like there was no social media, like there was nobody
No.
knew anything about
No.
this shit, right?
Nobody still knows anything about this shit
Yeah.
really right now.
Right.
We get bits and pieces, and then we get people trying to say it's a conspiracy theory when it's really not. It's a theory.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a theory.
No, it's not even a theory. It's a conspiracy.
But
The theory
we
part
still
means
don't
it's not
know.
proven.
We still don't know. Well,
Like,
we don't
it's
know.
there. Right? So kicking off the hearing, Burchett described the hearing as historical. I'd like to thank these three brave witnesses here. They took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and dag nabbit, they're doing it.
I thought I was the only person that said dag nabbit.
We're not willing to bring little green men. We're not bringing little green men or flying saucers to the hearing. Sorry to disappoint about half of y'all. We're just going to get to the facts. We're going to uncover the cover-ups, and I hope this is just the beginning of many more hearings.
You want to break it out? Just show me an alien.
There are so many.
Show me an alien.
Okay, so
Show
you
me
did not
an alien.
watch. I'm just going to
Show
leave
me
that
an alien.
story at that, which is great. But
Show me an alien.
okay, perfect. Peter
Show me an alien.
is exactly the same as you. So on Sunday or Saturday, when Peter and I did our
When I was in
podcast,
Santa Fe.
right? We did our show. He was exactly that, which I appreciate. Like, I believe in like
Yes,
shit.
you thoroughly believe
Yeah.
in UFOs.
There's
and
no way
aliens.
we cannot.
And
like,
I
statistically
want to
fucking
believe-
speaking,
I want to believe,
right? But
but until I see
prove
it,
me God exists.
I can't. Again, that's why there's believers and
To
non-believers.
believe,
That's
right?
right.
So it's as simple as
But-
that, right?
I can provide you proof that Jesus was crucified. I can
Jesus.
provide you proof that
Right.
stuff happened. You can't provide me proof because it's not available to the public that aliens have landed.
They've posted the fucking Air Force and
Yeah,
Navy. have
Because people
posted it.
can't make stuff up.
Just saying.
Because let's face it, it's a time in the nation
Do
where
you have-
hold on. It's a time in the nation where we need people distracted from all the bullshit and the politics.
do you have?
So why not say aliens are real right now?
So
Because
maybe
then
that's
it'll
what
get a bunch
happened
of
when
people off their
Jesus was
back.
born.
There wasn't
or
politics.
re-
There was
resurrected.
just
There
was
wasn't politics?
but it wasn't like today.
Come on.
It wasn't like
It was
today.
probably worse.
It wasn't where they were like
because they literally
78-year-old
just like
78-year-old millionaires getting back information that most people go to jail for. They would just kill each other if they didn't like each other. They'd poison or stab.
we still do that. People still do that.
But I sometimes think it's just a ploy to get us to look away from the things that really matter. So until I
what?
see with my eyes, again, I know you last time you're like, I hope you get abducted. And I was like,
I never would say
You
that.
say it's recorded on the show.
I just wanted you to be probed.
No. And if I ever
Like,
am,
Just come up that room
if
right
I
over there.
ever
You can be
am,
probed
you
right
should
over there.
run and hide because guess who I'm taking it out on?
I've got,
you.
there's so many cameras around our house. And I'm talking like security cameras. Like, it's gonna get caught.
If I get, well, no, because they always supposedly come in and mess up all the cameras. Static.
It's true.
Yeah, no,
God damn it. What do we do about, how do we overcome that dead leg? You're the dead leg media guy. God damn it. How do we
don't.
we need Faraday cages around the house.
Well, you can't have a Faraday cage around a camera because then it won't record what's happening
Fuck.
because it'll be in the Faraday box. You can't.
Trying to think about this.
Because here's the thing. I bet you if it's going to screw up ours, it's going to screw up Ian's. And Ian's would be the ones seeing us.
It brings me back to like Dan Holloway, where he's just like, I'm just gonna set up what are the fuck, I can't think of them. The landmines, whatever, to just point out and just blow everybody up when you hit a trip line, whatever. Just kill fucking everything. It's like we're gonna have dead squirrels
So
everywhere.
if aliens try to come in, it trips them and it kills them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just come and show up in your bedroom. I don't think they're going to trip anything.
It's gonna be a bunch of dead squirrels everywhere. Fucking
And still,
holes in
and still
houses.
somebody abducted. Let's see. Hold
Exactly.
on.
You'd lose if you knew what you
He said it sounds kind of
could
vague.
do with just. You'd lose it if you knew what you could just do with Wi-Fi signal. No, I know. Sean Ryan, he had another guy on there that was like, sorry, we got a glitchy camera going tonight. Sean Ryan had another dude on, which was good, and he was able to like hack just like your Wi-Fi off this little piece.
But why would you not need a camera from a Wi-Fi? Like if you have Wi-Fi.
Oh no! Oh,
Because
you don't know?
through the, like,
Oh
the
no!
TV or
This I think this
you
would
can
get
use
at.
the stuff.
So
that's
we actually
automatically
at
camera.
work we've been talking about this, and from that router right there.
There's no camera on it though.
No, it doesn't have to be.
How did they see me through
It's
it?
got a signal. It's sending a signal out.
Right.
Right.
So you can see where I'm at in the signal because I dispersed it.
Think Matrix.
That's what I'm saying. I
It's
dispersed it,
looking
and
for-
so it.
Yeah, you can create an algorithm. They can actually look for
You know what?
biological.
It's just too much.
So we were actually talking about doing it for plumbing. We've been talking about doing it for plumbing leaks because if you have a Wi-Fi signal and you have Wi-Fi router and you have like a Google
This is how
Nest,
Terminator starts.
right? We've already been talking about that at
Yeah.
work, right? And it's like, how do I find? We work for an insurance company, by the way. How can
AI,
I find
machine
different
learning,
things?
lots of math and tech, but I can locate the entire blueprint in the room. Interesting.
That's
like
exactly
Batman
what I'm
cameras,
talking
as
about.
that could
Yep.
get the 3D view. Okay, you know what? I like being dumb.
So no, that's no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I love living in a world where I think I'm safe.
Yeah, so that router right there, which we have a gig internet running in this house. This thing's fucking blasting all sorts of radiation all over us. It's fucking great, right?
Everything.
And then we carry these, and then we sign up for all of the other things, right?
Well, I don't care. Mine's in my purse, so it doesn't radiate my ball. I don't have balls, but it doesn't radiate my balls like it does yours.
But if only you were one of those chicks who was like,
I'm not
and
Hispanic
stuff it in
enough.
there.
I'm not Hispanic enough to put my phone and the tissue in the other one.
But I try not to wear my earbuds too long.
Are those provide radiation?
It's a Bluetooth
Well,
signal.
I don't even wear them anymore when you're at the office. I just do. I have a
It's Blu-
speaker in my laptop. Otherwise, on Mondays and
Nice.
Thursdays I wear them. But
You don't need to because I'm not here.
yeah, exactly. I have
Yeah,
the whole house to
absolutely.
myself. I like sometimes ignorance is bliss. It really, really is, because I don't want to know that some creeper can use my Wi-Fi to watch me watching porn.
It's not
Because
even
on
that.
his porn,
It's like
watching porn.
we can create. There are algorithms that can literally. I can scan your entire house. This is he's not making shit up. Literally.
Oh, I know.
can do
I'm not saying he
full
is. That's why
3D
I'm
view.
saying I
Yeah.
prefer ignorance is bliss, because I don't want to know that. I like to think in my house with my door closed and locked that I am secure,
No.
safe, and
You are
people can't get up in my business.
physically.
So I want to know this. So if you can do this algorithm and it shows you like the blueprint of the house, you can't really see what I'm doing. You just have a blueprint
no, I can
layout of
I
the
can
house
track.
where
what
I'm
you're moving.
at,
Yeah.
but you can't see what I'm doing.
No, you could build an algorithm just like anything. It would look like Matrixy. It would
It's
if
creepy.
you had like computing power fast enough,
right.
you'd be able to track you.
Creepy.
It's the work I
Angela,
do.
hey, Angela, she said Ryan Montgomery. That's the guy that was at Sean Ryan's show. He's the number one ethical
Yeah,
hacker.
that's the dude. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, that's it. That's who it is. That's exactly what I was thinking.
all that shit. I'm so happy for smart people that get that, because I am not one of those. You give me anything that has to do with numbers, I'm like, bye.
Same.
Hashtag math. No.
How about this?
Okay.
How many of you all have an electric vehicle, getting ready to jump on that bandwagon and buy a? I had to run by the convenience store on the way to work for some smoky smokes,
Right.
and this chick got into her. She was a college girl, like college girl.
Her parents probably bought it for her.
Yeah. But she had the Tesla with the.
Don't tell me it was the big one. Oh, she had the freaking SUV one.
Yeah.
It's probably her mom's car. She probably lives at home and uses her mom's car for school. Fucking
I mean, really?
Yeah,
Which
at
means
college-
what does mom drive?
well,
that
nothing
thing's
right now.
$100,000.
I'm on nothing right now because her daughter
So,
has it.
I was like, fuck. I mean, like that's a lot of cash, right? To have a plug-in car that you can go 400, 500 miles on. If you have the
Can't even imagine.
like the
upgrade
level
battery
yeah,
that you'll have to
battery, right?
replace in like
So I'm
10
like,
years for
okay.
another 50,000.
So this is a Daily Mail article. Why electric cars are not green machines. I've thought about this. I mean, everybody
talked about
knows
it.
this.
they still have a carbon footprint because they have to get their
They have
charge
an
from somewhere.
Enormous carbon
They
footprint.
don't just get charged by magic.
So just keep in mind this. The environmental benefit of EVs may never be felt, as their production creates up to 70% more emissions than petrol.
And which means it's only
equivalents.
going to get worse because, like California, by 2030, all cars made will be
Oh, yeah.
EVs.
EVs. Or 2035 or
No,
something. like that.
2030.
Is it what it was?
Yeah.
And then it's a meme going on everywhere, and they're like, "Oh, please turn down your air conditioning and unplug your car because the fucking system's overloaded."
That's why I was laughing. 'Cause
Fuck you.
all this heat, like everywhere from coast to coast,
Dude,
is
it's
really
everywhere.
freaking hot
I was
right now.
talking to
They're saying it's global warming, and if there's not a better showcase of what's happening with global warming, I was
It's
like, you act like
it's
this
global warming.
heat wave has never happened like in the 1930s.
Like, or the Dust Bowl.
Like heat waves happen.
With the Dust Bowl, yeah,
Every so many
where
years.
the Dust Bowl killed a shit ton
No,
of
not the
people.
Dust Bowl, just a heat
That
wave.
was during the 30s. Yeah,
I know, but I'm not talking about the Dust Bowl. I'm talking about heat waves have occurred. This isn't global warming. This is a weather pattern that happens every so many years.
Yep. The environmental benefit of electric cars may never be felt, with their production creating up to 70% more emissions than their petrol equivalent. Electric cars need to be used for tens of thousands of miles before they offset the higher releases, with Volkswagen's e-Golf becoming more environmentally friendly after 77,000 miles. Takes 77,000 miles of driving that bitch.
I would never
and
get there.
plugging that motherfucker in.
I would never get there. I'm sad because I just hit 7,000 miles on my car.
But there are fears that many such vehicles will never hit their mileage target
No.
as owners upgrade their newer models. They're going to trade them in.
Yep.
Just like you do.
Yeah.
You're that person, right? Leaving swaths of used electric vehicles sitting unwanted or garage forecourts. There is a great video that's kind of floating around the internet. You can find it YouTube in some places, right? That they, you have like the Uber cars, but they're trying to do like driverless Uber
Yes.
cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, China did this, and they have tens of thousands of these driverless electric vehicles just sitting in hills, and there's
Well, because those were supposed to be for like rent, right? Like
thousands
you
of
could
them.
just use it when you need
Right.
it, kind of thing.
So what do? You create things to create statistics, right? What do I mean by that? How do I mean that? It's the
Pull your head down.
electric
You look like a-
vehicles are the
Thank you.
fastest growing in this market,
right?
right? And then you just go park them somewhere.
Right. You're not. There might be the
They're
fastest
not being
sold.
used.
They might be the fastest sold vehicle, but they're not the most used vehicle.
It's like the little scooter things. Those
Yeah.
little electric scooters. 10 billion of those fucking things everywhere. Now we didn't see nearly as many when we were downtown, did we?
No.
They were, because it's few and far between. But same
So electric
idea,
bike, I would do that, not the scooter. I'll bust my face.
right? But that's gonna
Same
become
thing.
a rich person kind of thing. It's like I have an electric bike. I really think. But
What?
they were just hundreds of or tens of thousands
And they're
of
just
these things.
rusting
and
and rotting
over
away.
like hills and mountains.
Yeah.
And the problem is this: all of those lithium-ion batteries are going to melt eventually
Right.
into the ground and cause a catastrophe. But it's China, so nobody gives a flying shit, right? So the vast majority of cars purchased in the UK are made using credit plans, which offer customers the chance to swap their car for a newer vehicle, which
It's
is
like
going to cause
basically a
turnover.
lease. It's
It's
like
a lease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personal contract purchases, PCPs, boomed in the popularity thanks to rock bottom interest rates, which are gone at this
Mhm.
point, right? Because, well, COVID fucking hit.
They might raise it for the 11th time this
Yeah.
year.
Britain's car finance obsession could undermine the climate goals of their government, as a ban on sale of new petrol or diesel car looms in 2030. If that goes through,
Do you think that's why they let all the like how the Saudis were gonna minimize their gas, so it made the price of gas go up, and we had to use our reserves? Do you think that's in an effort to get people to go EV?
do you think, yeah, potentially it's a pressure point on the Saudis or on,
Us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not
users.
on us, because we were fucking
Mass producers, yeah.
mass producers.
But we're not
2
now.
years ago.
We're not. So
But we
do you
can
think
be.
do you think that's part of the
Do you think that the Saudis
No, I'm not
are
talking
gonna
from
let,
their
like-
perspective. I'm talking about from like our political parties being people in office are saying, hey, if we make gas too expensive, maybe more people will go to EV.
No, because I think the EV revolution is going to die permanently. I honestly think it will. There's only certain people that are going to buy into it. And then the rest of us are going to be like, no, I'm going to
Been there,
buy
done
that.
that.
I'm going to buy that Toyota. Ferrari's even come out and said that we are not going
Right.
all electric. We are sticking to,
Good for them.
you know what I mean? Like
They can't get-
gas powered.
I mean, I guess they can get the power because what's his name on Grand Tour raced that one car and it was fast AF.
I mean, they can, but you go. So the idea is this: is twofold. We work in an insurance company, right? And I talked with we just know this, and it's one of those things. The electric vehicle program, like driverless vehicles, as long as it's got hybrids, okay, that's one thing.
right.
But you cannot get rid of your. It can't. There's nothing that's gonna work. It just doesn't fucking work. You go on a long road trip, you want to sit at a fucking gas station or a whatever, quote unquote, fucking charging station for 8 hours. No, get fucked.
So Dead Leg Media said Ford just discounted the F-150 Lightning 10,000 because they were not selling.
And they're not going to, because who buys Fords?
Well,
People like
yeah.
you and me.
But why is the reason you buy a truck? You don't buy it for the
Right.
it's
You can drop that thing
it's utility.
$25 fucking
It's
thousand.
utility. It's not.
I'm still not buying it. And I'm the one literally in the market for a new truck, and I drive an F-150.
Right.
And I would never buy
Right.
an EV truck. Period. I would spend
I don't know.
$75,000 and be like, that's literally the last truck. And this is, I'm 46. I'm going to be 47.
This isn't gonna be your last vehicle. Don't even put that.
I'm
out
not
in
saying the last
universe.
vehicle, but the last truck.
I don't think so.
Park that bitch in the garage.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying, right? Because it's going to cost me $65,000 for an F-150.
Well, if you ever decide what you're gonna get,
I'm getting a Toyota Tacoma, by the way.
still
I'm getting the new Toyota Tacoma
same price, 65, 70,000,
for half the size.
which is actually probably more than my car.
Well, that's already in the market for a Porsche, so fuck off.
4-door.
Whatever. Dinks, whatever. People give us a shit. I don't give a fuck.
You know what? I don't live my life for other people.
I live my life a quarter mile at a
I was
time.
gonna say one day at a time.
One day at a time. So it's just interesting, right? You go,
I think it's funny because they're trying to say all this shit is global warming and that we need to change all this stuff. And it'd be funny in a perfect world, we would change all that stuff and global warming would still happen. And we could go, ha,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
told you so, but we can't.
the global's warmings is still going to happen
Yes.
because you're not going to stop it. I'm not going to stop it. Justin Trudeau's a cunt. He's not going to stop it
What? Why'd you bring him up?
because he's signing all sorts of shit. But
Oh,
yet,
in Canada?
yeah, oh no. Go watch the we signed up. For
Nico
more-
said you should go for the Tundra. The cool people drive them.
dude, I looked at them. So my next door neighbor works
Works.
on the Tundra line.
He's
He's one of the guys that does the shit. And
well,
I'm
he
like,
manages the people that do
manage
the
the
shit.
people that
Yeah.
does the shit. And I'm like, yes, I really want one. Fuck, they're expensive.
How much more are they than a Tacoma?
30 grand.
So like they're close to $100,000?
Like the setup that I would want. Yeah.
Maybe it would be your last truck then. You'd be taking the next
It's-
10 years to pay
it's
that
like,
motherfucker
It
off.
hits you right here. They're beautiful. Like he's showing me pictures and
They make you
everything.
purr?
And yeah, like I came in my pants twice.
Well, I didn't.
And I was just looking at his phone in his hand.
I bet you that was weird.
Yeah, no, I didn't tell him. Now he knows. Sorry, Travis. But you go like, I think I wanted something a little bit smaller.
I
But it's
got
also to go to the ranch so I could fit it down the trails.
I
and stuff
got
and the
so
ranch roads.
Audie here in town where I bought my car every I don't know couple months sends me
Like
a
a
letter,
month?
and they could give me an S Sportsback
Basically
A5,
the same thing you have.
but an S.
You have an S.
No, I don't.
No, you're talking R series. You have an S series.
No, I don't have an S series. My other car was the Audi A. The A4 was an S series because that had the
doesn't know what she's talking
opticals,
about.
right? What was the
Ye-
optical shit?
That's just the black trim.
What I thought.
You have the S series.
Where's
which
the
is
S
just
on my car? I think we've done this before. I think you've shown me too.
Yeah.
It's on the left side
I
in the
know
front.
exactly where it is.
But I just this one
Beth
had
has 6,000 miles on her car. It's 3 years old. 7,000 on it.
7. I cried with it, and I was like, "I'm sorry, Chanel."
It's
she
3
needs-
years old.
She needs gas.
Oh, Beth works from home and has
Beth takes
poor
good care of her cars.
rich white women problems.
Not the right color.
Rich. You're
Hispanic
still,
women.
you are
colors.
white.
I mean, depends on who you ask nowadays.
What kind of car do you have? You have a Tundra, Nico?
They drive great and last.
So I was thinking, I'm like, I
forever.
drive an F-150, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And I was like, really thinking, we're getting ready to sell the travel trailer. I just don't think I need we're not buying another travel trailer. Maybe.
That means we're never
30
going
years from
camping again because I'm never going to go back to sleeping on the floor.
Oh no, we're not going to ever do that again.
Okay, we're gonna take me to those places where they have the cool tents with beds. Okay,
I'm kind of over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like at the Grand Canyon
Yeah.
or at,
Unless we do like a one nighter and we just throw.
nope, fuck that. I'm
But
too
we've
old.
got some.
I'm too
we've
old.
got some
Can't
air
sleep on the floor.
mattresses.
Can't sleep on the floor. I can't get up the
The
next day.
19 Tundra, yeah. The Tundras, dude, have gone through the fucking roof with the prices, dude.
Everything.
It's insane.
Everything.
I don't know.
All right.
Jump into
So
one of you real quick. Let's do a story for you, and then I'm going to come back to number 6 because that one is
okay.
something we need
So
to
I'm
talk
gonna
about.
talk about because it's relevant right now. The Carly Russell.
Yeah,
Rusty?
yeah.
How do you say it? How do you
Russell.
say it? Russell.
Yeah. So do you have the full story on this crazy
I do.
bitch?
Hold on.
Crazy bitch.
Screw so good on top of me.
Crazy bitch.
No.
need,
So on let's
put the
see.
poop on it. I like to poop on it.
You have that one? So when did she originally call them? I want to say
It's
okay,
like,
so
this happened like 2 weeks ago.
July 13th.
Yeah. Like
she
a week and a half,
called
2 weeks ago.
911.
We have not had a chance to discuss this conversation
At all.
all.
So she called 911, telling them she found a stranded toddler, so straight
Sitting
kid.
on the side of the highway.
Right.
I'm well aware of this,
Um,
this whole
and
story.
then when the police went, her car was there, but her and the kid were gone.
Right.
She showed up 2 days later
Mhm.
and claimed she was kidnapped by 2 adults, male and female, and was made to strip in front of them or for them or something weird like that.
Okay. Do you know all of the fucking details?
You sound like you want to tell me more, so
Nope.
go ahead.
Let's go through your
Um,
story.
So, let's see. Russell's attorney. Da 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 da.
No, you gotta.
I know. Hold on.
da- da- da-
Initially
da-
told
mate.
detectives that she was abducted. When officers arrived on the scene, Russell and the child were nowhere to be found, but her car, wig, and cell phone were on the roadway. Russell's disappearance and the mysterious circumstances around it grabbed the country's attention before she returned home on July 15th. At the time, Russell told detectives that she was kidnapped by a man who emerged from the trees near her car when she got out to check on the child.
Mhm.
She described being blindfolded and taken to a house where she was forced to get undressed. The next day, Russell added she managed to escape and ran through the woods until she emerged near her house.
Okay.
Do you have more than that? Because that's all this one. Because now they're going into how it was a hoax.
Go into it.
Okay.
Let's go.
So,
This bitch crazy. She called and said, she said a man that had orange hair abducted her. A white man that had orange hair. She's a black woman, by the way. So we're just gonna.
why orange hair?
I don't know, but I was like, fucking Carrot
Well,
Top
and
abducted you.
they did do searches on her phone, which showed
get into
Google
it.
searches. And she also watched the movie Taken.
Go ahead.
Well, no,
Yeah,
this isn't in the story. This is what I'm
Oh,
recalling.
yeah.
Let's
This
see.
bitch crazy.
So 2 days before she went missing, Russell searched online whether you have to pay for Amber Alert,
some
according
Jussie
to Hoover
Smollett shit.
Police. The day she was gone, Russell searched for local bus tickets as well as the abduction-based action movie Taken. Police said Wednesday that the investigation found other concerning searches that shed light on Russell's state of mind prior to disappearance, but the police were not releasing them out of respect for her privacy. So she did look up all these things and things just didn't start to match up. And so She had her lawyer come out and provide a statement.
We'd like
Apologizing for the 25-year-old for her actions, adding that no one else was involved in her disappearance. We ask for your prayers for Carly as she addresses her issue and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. They are considering
this charges
because the money spent, and this wasn't just like a local, like this took on a a nation search.
Fuck her. And I'm not, this is me regurgitating like what Ross said on a podcast.
They still don't know why she did this.
It's like, where was the kid? Like, who is this kid?
No, there was no kid.
I know, but that adds an additional level.
She used that kid as she's saying the guy used the kid as bait. So when she got out of the car, the guy got her.
Actually seen some creepy videos on like YouTube or something like that, where this dude was riding his dirt bike down the road and he's like, stops it and he's like, there's a fucking kid walking down like this trail in the woods. And he's like, what in the fuck?
So you know what this says? You don't approach him anymore. You call 911 and just keep a long distance eye on him.
Yeah. So what he did, he was like, all right, buddy. And he's like, you see him like, he's got his like helmet cam on or whatever, his GoPro. And he's like, fucking doing this shit. Cause yeah,
looking over his shoulder.
The Hills Have Eyes. We need a podcast on the Hills Have Eyes, like the original fucking Hills Have Eyes on Castrophiles, like one of our biggest ones. Fucking shit can go sideways.
Fast.
Right?
Fast.
Like the OG Hills Have Eyes, they just like grab you and like you're in a tunnel and you're in a mountain somewhere. But this kid would happen to be just like
she should be charged. She should plead guilty, and her penalty should be she has to get state mandated mental health therapy sessions.
I think literally what she wanted to do.
Maybe she was failing nursing school.
No, I think she was just like, I just need a break.
I think maybe she was failing nursing school.
And you know what? If you just need a fucking break,
just take a break.
Take a fucking break.
You don't need to make a big.
So she shows back up.
Yes.
She's got $106 in her sock. By the way,
get that from?
No, well, they didn't take that, right? But
why would she have?
They kept her blindfolded, but they fed her well. Right. This is all the lead up story to her.
So
basically,
her $106 was so she could get stuff without being
fucking lied. I just needed a fucking break.
So they're yet to come, more to come on what they decide to do with her. But I clearly she needs a little therapy.
You guys want to see a little video on Bigfoot?
Ooh, and then we have to do our feet.
All right, so this is Bigfoot. So this is just some dude that was flying a drone.
Oh, is this the one you showed me? Yeah.
Can you see it? Let's make it a little.
Did we not talk about this one already?
I don't know. Let's put this back up anyway. It doesn't matter. I can't remember. So there's Bigfoot. He's just flying around. So he's just walking. I think we did talk about this.
Yeah, we did.
We're gonna.
Because we talked about why.
When
was
the last time you guys saw Bigfoot?
So I was watching Paranormal Caught on Camera, and this woman almost had the exact same. Hers was a camera though, like a high-end, high-def camera, and she caught almost the exact same thing. But they think she may have had a baby on her back.
Oh, like a sloth kind of hanging on.
Yeah, and they were showing it running, and it like had the biggest gait and super fast.
Do you have the video of that?
No,
we need
it was
to find
on TV.
It.
I'm sure I can find the episode. But
all right, last story before we get into the crazy.
The feel goods, you mean?
Feel goods. Are you ready?
Yes.
This one's gonna gross you out.
6, right?
You ready?
Yeah.
6. Channel 4. So I'm gonna put this up here. This crazy fucker. Channel 4 news viewers sickened after watching a new show about quote unquote
kind of looks
human
like
meat.
Howie Mandel. Mandel?
So, a show featuring MasterChef Greg Wallace has viewers completely disgusted as he visited a food factory and tucked in some human meat. All right, so you guys know that we're not technically allowed to eat each other, right?
Called cannibalism.
I think it's theoretically against law.
And it depends.
And I'm pretty sure like there's a couple islands out there.
It depends, I guess, on how you get the body. Like if you kill somebody to get the meat, yes, that's against the law.
The end of what's it called?
Last of Us?
The Last of Us. Where she hacked that motherfucker. If you haven't seen it, fuck off. If He hacked that motherfucker up. He was feeding humans to
Humans?
Yep.
Ugh.
Right. So a show featuring that guy. On the program, Greg was told about how burgers, steaks, and sausages can be made from thin slices.
Can you raise the picture up just a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the bottom of it, or is there more?
Give me 1 second. Sorry, take me. There we go. We'll put it right up in the middle. We'll blow that bitch up.
There we
The
go.
magic of fucking TV right there. Good.
Thanks. Yep.
All right. So on program, he said they can make burgers, steaks, and sausages can be made from thin slices of human tissue to create a nutrient-rich mix that causes the cells to grow into a quote-unquote cake.
Yuck.
How do you feel about this so far?
Cake. What do you mean cake?
Like a meat cake.
So it's not like real.
Think about like a burger
they
patty.
take some skin or something and they let it
so
grow
you
into
see
this.
what he's got there.
Right.
Okay.
That was
How do you
produced off
feel about that?
cells.
Like
So
human
it's not like
cells.
that was originally John. This was something taken off John that they used to make this meat cake.
Like they just sliced them like
I don't know.
like a-
okay.
Would you be willing to do that?
No.
Okay. The human meat was also said to have been a cheaper version than an animal alternative, meaning that the whole family can be fed up to for a very little as 99 cents each per meal. That's like $1 or a pound, which is no pun intended, which is about that, right? At this point, it should become very clear that this documentary was not real.
Oh, it wasn't real.
No.
Phew.
But what would you do?
I wouldn't eat it. Because you have to, like, my brain starts going, like, who is this from? What if they had a disease? What if they were kidnapped?
Would
for
you
this?
eat
What
somebody
if-
else if you didn't?
Well, first of all, you can't if you don't cook it properly, you can get really sick.
But what if somebody said,
At
"I
least
don't know,
from a
we just
real
took
human.
slices of people"?
No, because that still hurts. Ouch.
But what if it was based on something like
Nope. You don't even have to say it.
the
There's no
fake
justification.
meat that we have chicken that's being
I don't eat
created
that
for
either.
chicken?
I don't eat anything that's not real meat.
So
I
the-
don't eat those burgers.
those-
I don't eat.
But
I
that
eat-
chicken that's coming out, man,
if I don't see it cluck like a bird, it ain't chicken.
sounds like this guy should be in jail. You're 100% right, Gibbon.
But so what was the purpose of doing this?
Study to see how people responded to
Well,
the
it obviously
idea
didn't go well.
of eating another human.
No.
Right? So at this point, like I said, but we're unequivocally grossed out by the idea of human meat being created this way, but the process by which animal meat is made to no less disgusting and strange. So they're trying to like
Shame meat eaters.
shame meat eaters. And fuck you. So that's why I'm going to quit talking about that.
Do you know how long
But-
people have been trying to shame meat eaters and it doesn't?
Oh, no,
slow-
no. So on Friday, we're
Doesn't
going to have.
slow the process. Doesn't slow the commercial. Like, what am I trying? The population still eats a fuck ton of meat.
Yeah, 100%. Friday, we'll have Allison on from My Family Seasoning, who you can still get a discount code using the bar is open with Beth and Greg. Excuse me, for My Family Seasoning, which is meat based, right? And I'm like, no, we don't do that. And I texted her earlier and we were talking because she's coming into town on tomorrow night, actually.
Mhm.
And I was like, meat is my favorite meat product, right? And versus like the other meat bullshit. So again, we'll have her on there. And but it really comes down to, yeah, fuck all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Those
Well,
tell me
you know,
if like I've had a good veggie burger,
I never have.
but I knew what I was getting into.
I would never eat that.
But it wasn't a meat.
It's
wasn't-
mostly it's up here for me. It's mostly like, ew, this isn't anything real close
No,
to
no,
meat.
no, no. It wasn't supposed to be meat. It was a literal veggie burger.
Was it like
it wasn't
a
supposed
slice
to
of
be a
eggplant?
meat. No, this is like 20 years ago.
Okay, but was it like eggplant or was it like
Yeah, it was
all
like
just
beans
soy
and stuff like-
soy
no,
made
no,
into
no.
a patty?
No. It wasn't. It was like beans and shit like that was kind of formed into something like that, right? And it was not a meat replacement. And it
Okay.
was not intended. It was like a veggie. It's not that
Because you
near
see,
meat
like they still
shit.
have they have mushroom burgers, which are the
like a
huge
portobello
mushroom.
burger. Like that's
so
dope
big
once
you
in a
can.
while.
It's
Yeah.
like super meaty.
If you're
I don't eat
into
that
that,
either,
right?
Because I don't do vegetables.
But a portobello, it's nice. That's got that.
Look,
but
I
you
don't
don't
like
like.
mushrooms.
Yeah, but
I don't like anything. I'm almost as bad as Sydney. I'm just a little bit more mature.
She's
palate.
almost as bad as you.
No, I'm almost as bad as she. I eat stuff on my food. But no, it's sticking. I'm sorry, I'm sticking to the real
Nonetheless,
stuff.
the question is this.
At least it shows that it's not
Drop that.
acceptable. The eating people is not
But
acceptable.
you kind of were.
No, I kind of was nothing.
You were almost there. You're
No.
like just a shave
No,
off of the
I said
child's
because I said
leg.
you don't know what if
The
they were
child's
sick.
leg's gonna grow back.
What if
honey.
you don't? What if they were sick? What if they have a genetic disease and now you're putting this into your body, or they have some sort of other
You could
disease
say that about cows.
and you're putting that?
You could say that about
Yeah, I don't.
chickens.
I don't think cat. Okay, I'm not eating people meat. Let's just leave it at that.
But it's ground up with other
No,
meat.
not eating people meat.
All right. That's fair. I'm not disagreeing. with you.
100% cow, chicken, pig.
Anaconda,
I think that's all the meat I eat.
cow, people,
Oysters,
chicken, cow. You
sea
said
animals.
cow, people,
No, I didn't say
chicken.
people. I said cow, chicken, pork.
parakeet.
No gerbil, no dog.
What about a prairie dog?
No, they're too cute.
Squirrel. You definitely eat a squirrel. if
End
you
of
knew, too.
days, eating a squirrel. Supposedly they're good.
Like I said,
I need a
if
dove.
fucking
I
Bomber
need
was
a
still
dove.
here or Golden, I was like, you're my go-to.
All right, so
You're my go-to
I'm
protein
going
source,
to
buddy.
move on.
Let's do the green and hairy tongue real quick.
No,
We've got to do the green and hairy
we're-
tongue.
we're-
Do I still have the fucking? Yeah, we've got it. Nope. Do I have it? God damn, I don't have the picture. You got the picture. We've been hanging on this one for well too long. Here,
this is so like, ugh.
all right. We got to do this story.
It's cringy. So before I share the
Nope.
picture, I'm gonna tell the story.
Yeah, here.
So for many years,
This fucking one, dude. Sorry. You're good.
for many years, we have been warned about the damage of smoking
Smoking.
and the effect it has on our body.
This one's gnarly.
Whether that's damage of the lungs,
Whatever.
like
You get tooth decay.
or
you
making
get
your
all the
fingertips
things.
yellow or ruining
Yeah,
your
I'm like,
teeth.
whatever. Your
However,
dick
this
gets
particular
huge.
symptom is certainly strange and slightly disturbing. One man from the U.S. noticed a change to his tongue coloring after taking antibiotics. Okay, first of all, I have to say this guy, I can't look at it. This guy must be dirty AF.
I mean, these guys never brushed his face.
I mean,
He's
you've
never
taken
washed.
antibiotics before, right? Did this happen to your tongue? Please hold.
Okay, so I'm 46. So far, so good. Making sure it's
Hold
full
on.
screen.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so
Go
here's
full screen on it.
well, it's big. You can't really go full screen.
All right,
but
there you go. That is a motherfucker.
it's hairy and it's green.
I need to reset some stuff.
I can't look at it.
Yeah, so that is somebody's.
Is it
tongue.
off? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, because I have to.
So that's somebody's tongue from what?
He took some of the details in the study remain vague. It's unclear as to how long the man had been smoking and how often.
That's not just from fucking smoking.
The authors did not indicate whether the change of color was caused specifically by smoking, the antibiotic, or combination. So the thought is this happened after he took a round of antibiotics.
Okay.
I call bullshit because I know plenty of people that have taken a round of antibiotics and didn't get a hairy green tongue. They did not get the Grinch tongue.
No, they didn't.
So
You wanna see it again?
no,
No.
if you want. It's so like ugh.
Let's put it back up one more time. Ready?
And this isn't even like if you
If
look
you
it up,
are
because
on
I can
the,
look at it up here. I can't look at it on my thing because it's too close and it's super detailed. Like what you see up towards the top back of his tongue is actual fucking fur.
Yeah. So if
He's
you
got
are
a-
on the audio, I'll post some pictures out
Very, very, very furry tongue.
on the Bars Open page.
So the man, the pictures show the man with a green
You
hairy
say.
tongue, something that has honestly put me off my lunch. No shit. Doctors have since diagnosed the man with a hairy tongue, which is an abnormal coating of skin cells that form on top of the tongue, creating a buildup of debris and bacteria. The buildup on the part of the tongue where the taste bud sits, also known as the something like that.
The pineal gland.
No,
It's
it's
in your
known as
penis.
the pepilia. Maybe
I
I don't know what
that
it is either.
The pioneers.
So it's basically they're saying a buildup of keratin on his tongue.
too many carrots.
I guess keratin is the same protein that makes hair on our head. So
You
that's
grow
why
it
it
on
got
your tongue?
teary.
Is that why Bomber had fucking?
No, Bomber had hair
'Cause
in
he
his
was
throat
constantly
because he
licking.
always licks himself, like grooming himself. So I don't know about you, but I religiously brush my tongue every time I brush my teeth.
I don't.
Mostly because I've seen people with yellow tongues, and I don't want a yellow tongue.
I don't have a yellow tongue. I'm like,
But I just like this guy apparently never brushed his tongue. So guys,
I don't think you need
the
to.
lesson-
I swear to God.
Well, no, because the dentist did ask me one time, "Do you brush your tongue?" This dentist. I was
I've
like,
never
"Yeah,
heard that.
every time." So the lesson here is brush your motherfucking tongue once in a great blue
Lengua
moon.
tacos is what Nico
Oh
asked.
God, I can't.
Hairy. We're gonna call those hairy human lengua tacos.
That picture is.
We were
gone.
just talking about human meat. Imagine hairy human
Lingua?
lengua tacos.
Nope. Never in a
That is
million years.
delicacy in some island somewhere. I guarantee.
That I'm apparently never visiting then. But so yeah, so done with that.
Thank you for
So
sharing.
gross.
Sharing means caring, as you'd like to say. All
All
right. So my feel good.
Yes.
What's your feel good?
So mine is a couple that first met when they were 10. They knew each other in high school. They went out on a couple dates, and then they went their separate ways for college, like a lot of people do. That recently ran into each other at a 50-year reunion and kind of started getting in contact again. But they were both still married at the
How
time.
old are they?
Early 70s.
Oh, at the time when they were still married.
No, right now.
Did they
they're-
kill off?
So
their
what
others?
happened is he was part of
Like, oh, she
the
fell down the stairs.
the reunion for the 6-year reunion that they're getting ready to meet up for. And I'm gonna play this video because it's really cute.
Okay.
And hopefully it does, I think. Should
They-
have the subtitles.
They pushed their significant others down the stairs,
Okay.
didn't they?
Ready?
Yep.
Let's see. Let's probably gonna have a commercial. Yep, of
Okay.
course.
Let's go back.
I'll tell you when.
Let me know when you're ready. But you know what I mean? Like if they're both 70, you're like, hey, Susie. Hey, John.
No, because they
Are you
met.
ready
they
to
met,
hook
and
up?
They met at their 50th reunion and stayed in slight contact, but not okay. Now, love story 6 decades in the
They're like,
making.
FarmersOnly.com.
So
Oh, I've seen this video.
it just happened.
No, I saw it a couple of days.
But the one I saw had the subtitles, which
It's
is really
sweet, yeah.
cute.
Yeah. He goes through and says, I've known you my entire life.
Yeah, it's
and
just really
everything.
sweet
It's-
stuff.
And they are old. They were old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was hard for him to get down on one knee.
Yeah.
But
But he's got a pillow under.
he's a
under-
dermatologist, and his whole staff was there because he's been planning this ever since he invited her out to Florida.
And that was like the first week they started dating.
They've been
something like
dating
that.
long distance.
Yeah. But the first date.
So then
first
he
week
said,
they'd been
"I'm getting
together.
you a plane ticket, and you're coming to visit." And now they're
And
getting
they
married.
spent a whole week together. Sweet as shit. Absolutely.
So that was my feel good because
I
love love.
it. It's been a couple of weeks since we've had a couple of good
sweet feel good.
feel goods, and I've got another feel good. I just gotta find it right here. So my feel good is this little guy. This Mississippi dog is a TikTok star, and he can drive a lawnmower, fish, and play golf. Teaching a dog to sit, stay, and shake is one thing, but when you can teach your dog to play golf, drive a lawnmower, and feed a calf, you've gone to the whole next level. British Labrador Retriever Brewski, and that's funny because that was my other cousin's dog's name was Brewski. TikTok videos have been watched by millions. You can go out TikTok, look up Brewski. This dog is fucking hilarious. He just drives a lawnmower around the house. He's got one of those ride-on lawnmowers. Do that. So far, the videos have accrued 4.5 million views.
Oh, he's cute. It finally came up on my end.
Yep.
I'm behind.
I guess the right people started seeing it or something. Crawford said, the owner. I had 1 million views by the time I looked at it.
Because everybody loves dogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're
It
like
shocked me.
baby
Crawford
goat
said, I never
videos.
expected it. It's crazy to see how it blew up overnight, but he's just a handsome dog. I love dog videos. Like, I don't watch a lot of TikTok, but I'll go down like a deep hole on like Instagram or something like that of
I love
dog
that Julia
videos.
put the green tongue emoji.
Yeah. So
That's funny. Yeah.
well, that
So
was
he's
before.
cute. Thank
So,
you for
I
sharing
just
him.
wanna
What's
say-
his name?
Brewski.
Brewski. Find him on TikTok and you
Yep.
can see all his cute videos.
Brewski. So that's that. All right. Netflix. I swear Netflix is doing a pretty good job on these unknown series. I just watched Cosmic Time Machine,
hmm
which was about the James Webb Telescope going into space. The $6, $7, $9 billion, the James Webb Telescope.
Okay.
So remember, we had the Hubble. This
We
one's
still have it.
all about the James Webb.
Okay.
And it's an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. Go
Okay.
watch it. The whole series has been great. I didn't realize it was a fucking series. No idea. Next, FX. Watched 2 episodes of the new
Was it good?
Justified. Yeah, it's dope.
Do you have to watch the old Justified?
Nope.
No?
Nope. I mean, it would help.
Give some context.
Yeah, it would help, but I think that it's been off the air for like 4 or 5 years now.
I don't know.
Something
'Cause
like
it's
that.
supposed to be taking place 10 years later.
Yeah, it's something like that, but it's been off the air for a little bit. But Timothy Oliphant, he's that
He's
is
so
his
handsome.
character. So it's called Justified Primeval. That
and
is
who do you
dope
think
as
for
fuck.
setting that up for you?
Oh, you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you saved the video. I appreciate
I know.
it.
I was like, oh, Justified's out. I'll set that up for Greg.
Mm.
We also have been watching Shark Week
Shark Week.
this week. We watched a
We're
couple.
waiting for Cocaine Shark coming
Cocaine
out.
Shark comes out, I think, tomorrow night. But we've been watching that this week more than paranormal stuff because one Shark Week is over. I don't want to watch it. I will tell you again, it is cementing my fear of the ocean. And I've never seen a white tip shark before, and I hope I never do because they're killing everyone
they're
off
murdering
of
everyone.
Saudi Arabia coast.
Yeah, so when we go to Saudi Arabia, we'll just swim in the pools.
Yes.
Okay. So just note to self, do that.
It's pretty good though. It's been
Absolutely.
It's
On top of
interesting.
that, check us out on iTunes, Spotify,
All the
YouTube,
places?
all the places. I didn't say that at the
You
beginning of the
didn't.
show.
We didn't toast. We didn't cheers today either.
Oh, fuck. Let's do that real quick. You know what? Everybody's hanging on.
Cheers.
Cheers. We appreciate you guys. Cheers, Ing. You know what? It's what happens when we're off for like a week. We get out of sync. We do these different things. And then, so next we'll have a show on Friday.
Yeah.
And Allison will be here from, I just said it earlier.
My family.
My family seasoning will be here, who's a great
Got a
friend
glitch
of
in the
ours.
Matrix up there, huh?
Absolutely. And then next week we'll be up in Colorado. We're
Love you
gonna
too,
be up in
Alex. Thanks for joining
Breckenridge.
us tonight.
We'll do one show from there, and then it'll be kind of. Then we'll get back into the regular rhythm.
It's our
But we're
first
gonna
week of PTO. I'm
record it.
super excited.
So,
So-
you know what? We'll catch you Friday. Thank you so much. Go out, hit the like, subscribe button. We'll share all the pictures, all the good
Yes.
stuff out on iTunes or out on
Insta.
Instagram.
The Insta.
Do that. We love you. Cheers.
Love you
Have a
guys. Bye.
Great night.
Welcome to the Bars